Today we're talking about saving for your child's college education and how to deal with student loans. Joining us now to share some tips, Braden Sanford, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual. Thanks so much for coming in here, Braden. Sure appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit about the strategically paying down student loans. I know that's top of mind for a lot of people. What are some of your suggestions that you have?
Absolutely. First and foremost, it's really important to know what type of student loans you have. And then really putting together a game plan with an advisor and somebody that you trust and like to help make sure you can establish a path to pay down those loans. They're not going away.
Right. No, they're not. Right. Yeah. So you meet with that advisor, you come up with a game plan, and then you just got to make some budget decisions, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, really, the biggest thing I can always advocate for is I'm a big sports guy. Right?
Yeah. Right.
When you track things, right, tracking stats, you're tracking your money, you're tracking your cash flow, you're much likely to be on a better trajectory of success, right?
Sure.
So simply as having some budgeting apps, we have a platform that we utilize that allow people to track their incomes, their cash flows, much more likely to achieve their financial goals that way.
I like that. Budgeting tips for current college students. Then we'll get into the recent graduates, but for current college students, it's really important they learn that financial management on their own in some respects, right?
Absolutely. And a lot of times people are getting into credit card debt
Sure.
and not managing how to pay off those credit cards. We always try and get them to pay off the credit cards in full every month and making sure that they're living below their means.
It's so easy for them to open those credit card applications. Sometimes they get the freebies, right? And word of wise to them, how many credit cards should they have?
Really, it's personal preference.
Yeah.
2 to 3.
Okay.
But really, I have one. I have 2.
So
it's not like I have.
It's about paying off that balance, though.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Let's talk about recent graduates, our young 20-somethings, 30-somethings. What can they be doing to have that crystal ball looking down the road of where they want to be in life and doing now?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that would be really helpful for a lot of these individuals is this is the first time they're experiencing this type of new money coming in.
Right.
Don't waste it. And not in the fact that compounding interest is a beautiful thing,
Right.
especially early on in life. You can make so much more of an impact by saving a little bit more today than if you wait 10 years to do it.
Newer parents out there that want to start saving for college, and then we'll get into the older parents, but you got to start pretty much when that baby comes, right?
Yeah, we have discussions with my parents or my clients that are parents all the time,
Right.
specifically regarding 529 accounts and getting them to start earlier in life. If you're starting to save when they're 14, a couple years away from college, there's not much that we can do a ton as far as investing those dollars before college. But if we're starting, I have a client right now, they just had a baby, and our next discussion is coming up in December, and that's their first thing top of mind is how can we start saving proactively, a little bit here and there to achieve a college education.
And 529 certainly help. How much of a percentage of income should go into that, or does it just depend on how much you're making?
Yeah, here in San Diego, it's challenging, right?
Yeah.
We always encourage saving between 20 to 30% of your household income into various different buckets. One thing, I know it's specifically on student loans, but you can always take student loans out for education. You can't take student loans out for retirement. So you have to balance that as an adult. Is how do we put dollars into which bucket strategically? You have to pay yourself first.
Yeah.
Then you can take care of the kid
We
after
focused
that.
a lot on education here, haven't we? But you got to make sure that you have that retirement plan in order
Absolutely.
to, which is probably one of the reasons you want to get in touch with someone like yourself, a financial advisor. You can quarterback all that for us.
Absolutely.
How can people get in touch with you or your company?
Yep. My website is braden.sanford@nm.com, and you'll find my email and phone number on there.
Braden, thanks for taking care of our wallet here this morning. Appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks, Eric.
All right. Take it.